Yeah, anybody need to take a break?
No, I'm good. Let's go. Let's power through this. It's getting late, man. I got to play some Call of Duty tonight.
I need to take a break. I got to take my medicine.
All right.
What medicine you got to take? He's just like,
motherfucker,
man. This motherfucker got to take a Viagra to continue the show?
Man, it's 3 buffalo wings.
Need my medicine.
Buffalo wings is sweet tea. It comes with sweet tea.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Brandon, you had sweet tea before, didn't you, in New Orleans?
Yeah, no, man, it's the South, man. Every restaurant has sweet teas.
How the hell did you not get your foot cut off? I remember the first time I had sweet tea in the South, I thought I couldn't see. My fucking vision got blurry. I said, what the fuck? I was like, oh, the tea's sweet and good. And then they was like, yeah, sweet tea. Good, perfect. Give me, what the fuck?
No, well, the bad thing is, like, some of the places you get sweet tea and, like, the cups are sticky because all the sugar, there's just sugar everywhere in the kitchen. So there's just, you touch it, it's just, everything's sticky.
Well, I got a game for us to play today, guys.
How you got a game and we ain't got Kamal here? That's like,
oh yeah. Also, keep an eye out for our Thanksgiving Jeopardy special. Set to come out Thanksgiving 2023 in a couple weeks. So y'all ready to play some Thanksgiving
2022? It's still 2022, Jared.
Oh, 2022. My bad.
I know you live in the future.
My bad. Are y'all ready for some Thanksgiving Jeopardy though?
Not today, right?
No, not today. Not today.
First of all, our competitor is not drunk yet, so we can't really.
We'll get to it probably next week. We might do a midweek recording because that is kind of a tradition that we just do it on a random weekday. So,
but that's not like a good tradition. I mean, that's some shit like we can do it on Sunday. I don't understand why you want to just piss us off because it's some bad tradition that nobody likes.
Yeah, man, it's like your parents fighting every Thanksgiving.
Like, I mean, that's tradition.
That's been there with you.
I think of Thanksgiving in the same light, guys. What the fuck is Pedro doing?
Pedro, I want you to see if you can test that noise that says background noise.
Well, yeah.
Still doing audio
you
stuff.
hit the computer. It's a dirty background noise, and you slap the computer.
Clap.
You didn't pick that up, right?
No, I heard all of that.
No, you didn't pick it up. No, you'll lie.
No, we heard you slapping the
You didn't hear me do nothing.
No, Pedro, I got a new soundbite for you now because of that. This Negro slapped the shit out of his computer.
Slapping the computer, talking about you didn't pick that up.
Let's get ready to start the show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at Instagram, YouTube, and on the Twitter at Horcrux Hipster, and also on TikTok, the High Score 510. Tap in, give us a like or two, and share. You can also tap into our Patreon page if you want to support the show. You know what I'm saying? That would be much love at patreon.com/highscore510. Get our exclusive content. And we also have our Thanksgiving Jeopardy show coming up. So we're going to have a live studio audience for our patrons. So if you want to join in and be one of our live studio audience for the High Score 510 show, be a patron. And we are here with...
You know, I don't even feel like introducing myself. This is AG3, and I'm not coming at you fast at all. Because I just realized Jared trying to pull a fast one on us. So you trying to do this shit on a weekday, so that way we got Patreons there and people want to watch?
Hey, man, patrons exist on weekends, too.
This is AG3 coming at you with the magic moment to start the show. My magic moment's out for Jared for setting us up, lying to us, and setting all this up, talking about tradition. We going to have our game show on the weekend. On the weekday because of tradition.
Are we ready?
I'm coming faster than Jared trying to pull one over our heads.
I guess not.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, here's your soundbite, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
So simple. It's so simple. Yeah, it's a game of inches at the same time. So those simple things are not always so simple.
It's a game of inches. Ask the Cox.
Ask him.
And they're taking those inches. You know,
do you take those inches?
Absolutely. When you're on the court.
Are those inches real or made out of plastic silicone?
Yeah, It don't matter. They said inches. They didn't say how. What kind of inches? They just talking about inches.
That was Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi getting a little lit on the telecast.
First of all, I refuse to laugh at anything Sue Bird or Megan Rapinoe ever says. But anyway.
Come on. Damn, Brandon. I knew Brandon was trying to turn that state back purple and back to red.
And we are here with...
Hello, everyone. It's everybody's favorite truck driver, Captain P-Funk. I can't remember where I was coming at you.
You admit that you have slapped Tina before, but why, Ike?
She would be walking around looking sad, with a lip drop, and I keep asking her, "And what is the matter with you? What's wrong?" And it's always nothing. And it would go on for a day or two till finally, "Why the don't you?" And then this is where I would slap her or something. Then she would change her mood or attitude.
That nigga is
crazy. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Jared. I love that. Today I was actually going to smack some people. Kept me up all night. Another one used all my printer paper.
What the hell you still got a print at your house for?
Bill of ladings.
Hey, man, don't interrupt Pedro's LLC gamification right now, man. He's like, I got me a printer, a fax machine.
Exactly.
And we are here with...
Hey, this is Brandon, a.k.a. Taco Pablo. The only reason I'm here is because I didn't win the lottery.
This is a parody, man. It's a charity shirt to raise money for the fatherless kids. You know what I'm saying?
What the hell did he just say?
He said...
This is a parody, man. It's a charity shirt to raise money for the fatherless kids. Parody, man.
That's hilarious, man.
You know what he's saying, bro?
Parody, man.
He's saying parody, but he said it's a parody.
Oh my god, dude! I would have never figured that out. I'm glad you're here.
I thought he was talking about the crooked dick disease, Peroni.
Oh, come on. I'm not hilarious, Doris.
I'm not the most intelligent, but I don't speak ignorant.
That's honestly what I thought he was talking about.
You talking about Jake Steed?
It's a parody.
AB was being grilled by Patrick Bet David. Yeah, he was asking why he turned and made those shirts on Brady, turned his back on him, and did that, especially when he's going through a tough time in his divorce. And he said it's a parody, man. I thought he was talking about pierogies. I was like,
trying to say pierogies.
Oh, like this is Men in Black with a little alien dude like to go get pierogies.
Yeah, he's a visual speaker, man. He's like reading the words he's saying as they come out of his mouth. Pierogi.
It's a pierogi.
Damn.
He was definitely talking about the crooked dick disease.
This is a parody, man. It's a charity shirt to raise money for the fatherless kids.
And we are here with...
Oh, I guess that's me. What's up, niggas and niggerettes? To Darius, aka Smoking Out with Your Grandma. I ain't got too much to say tonight. Keeping it low key. But I will say this. The LLC/patent for High Score 510 has just come in my email. It was official. It's been about 3.5 weeks. And they finally sent it to me. So yeah,
everybody
Jared,
clap for Darius, niggas.
Yeah, man, it happened for a low cost of $65. I was able to knock this all out, and yeah, man, lawsuits are coming soon.
Darius, how about for $70 you end up picking up that Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, cheap nigga.
Cheap nigga.
Well, here's your soundbite, Darius.
I got a big booty and it's juicy. You better cut it out.
Yo, what is this shit, Jared? What is this shit? Seriously, what is this shit?
That's Dr. Umar Johnson.
Man, that motherfucker ain't the doctor of shit. I ain't calling him doctor.
That's Dr. Umar. He a doctor that wears a tank top 90% of the time.
Exactly.
Or no shirt or a tank top.
Wait a minute. You sure that's not Kendrick? That look like Kendrick Perkins.
That's what I'm thinking.
Here, let's see what else he had to say. Let's let him finish that sentence with a little more context.
She said she got a big booty and it's juicy. Sisters, let's do the work first. Don't worry. We're going to make love. Oh, we're going to make some love. You better believe that. Okay. But let's do the work first, my beautiful African queens. Let's do the work. Let's do the work.
I need you
from my phone and shit, man.
I need you to have on a shirt.
And my name is Jared, aka DJ Art, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart. Oh, Dr. Umar Johnson once again. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Richard Jefferson, I sentence you to 500 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Stephen A. Smith, I sentence you to 4,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, I sentence you both to 2,500 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Michael Wilbon, you fat, bald-head, no-neck midget, I sentence you to 3,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man and saying that no black woman can make you happy. 10,000 lashes for Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp.
Is that the most? I'll stop keeping track.
Oh, boy.
I can't. Oh, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
They should just take his phone away, man. He need to go to conservatorship.
They can take everybody's phone away, man. This should be the reason we go back to flip phones. Bullshit like this, man.
Oh, Lord, help me, please.
That was beautiful content.
He's never wearing anything that says, "Hey, I'm a doctor."
Because he ain't a fucking doctor, Jared. That's why he ain't own anything that say, "Hey, I'm a doctor." He ain't got no smock. He ain't never worked in no hospital. He ain't got no doctor's degree. Not from some place you don't order off the internet. That PO address is a fucking boat or some shit.
I don't know what you mean, Aaron. I'm offended. He has read all the Yahweh books. So that's our black leader.
Let's not bury the lead and let's get into it. Kyrie Irving was suspended for 5 games by the Brooklyn Nets after posting an image of a anti-Semitic, or what is being called an anti-Semitic documentary. He didn't apologize immediately and was then suspended after being in defense of what he did without defending what he did. If that makes sense with Kyrie Irving.
Sense, but he doesn't make sense. So.
Anyways, is this, as some people are calling it, a public lynching of Kyrie Irving, just like Kanye West?
Who's going first?
You.
Ain't nothing we're trying to get public.
First of all, like I said last week or the week before, I am never going to say anything bad about Jewish people. Never. They give me an opportunity as a driver, a young driver, to stay my butt at home and not on the road with.
That's because you racist.
No. I'm not. I am not racist. Well, let's see. Was I racist back then?
Oh my God!
They used to feed me. They used to let the homie ride with me. And this is the Aaron ride with me on my route. Let me take my kid to work. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Jewish people.
It's not. No, we're not talking about Jewish people. We're just talking about Kyrie Irving.
We're talking about Kyrie Irving. This is
I'm not gonna say nothing bad about Jewish people.
Well, maybe Pedro's doing that because
Pedro is announcing to his household he won't say nothing bad about Jewish people.
Can't do it.
Maybe Pedro's saying this because he feels like Kyrie, he is blown up. Remember when Kyrie supposedly was Muslim? Remember he brought out the prayer rug and was praying supposedly to the east? Don't know which direction he was facing for Ramadan. And now all of a sudden he's a black Israelite. Man, he ain't making no damn sense here.
Like he said, he's looking for answers. He's looking for some type of spirit or some greater being. This was happening when you go down that rabbit hole of religion.
That used to happen earlier in life, though. This motherfucker's like too old to be acting just fucking stupid.
Well, you know what it is, Aaron? Everybody's got the internet. And now that everybody's doing research, they're just taking whatever research is done that's available for them to read on Google.
This is the kind of research I do online.
Yeah, but
Richard Jefferson, I sentence you to 500 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man.
He couldn't even choose sensible fucking numbers, dude. Like, even the slave masters knew I can't whip nobody 5,000 fucking times. I need him to pick the cotton the next day. I'll hit him 20 times, fuck up his skin and all that. And guess what? He might have to take a day or two off to be ready. 5,000? What kind of stupid ignorant shit is that?
Hey, Dr. Umar, you're starting with the wrong history. You're starting too early. You should have started when them damn Africans allowed all them honkies come over there and catch her. Whoever your ancestors was didn't stop.
Michael Wilbon, you fat, bald-headed, no-neck midget, I sentence you to 3,000 lashes.
Dude, he's wearing a camouflage shirt right now. 2022.
It's camouflage orange. Like, where are you gonna do battle at? The sun? Don't make no fucking sense.
Like a Bosnian foot soldier right now.
He's just waiting for the fall to do battle in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah. So I guess my question is: was the 5-game suspension adequate, or was it too much? The terms that they're saying that he needs to come back on, he needs to meet with Jewish leaders, make an apology, take sensitivity classes. Is this punishment or is this consequence too much, or do you think it is just at the right level?
No, I just think it's kind of messed up. It's all based on a posting because, like, if we're basing stuff on postings, he didn't really do anything. Like, Draymond actually, he did the zipper post, man. Like, he did the real, like, crazy post. There's been some real wild posts. I just feel like if they're punishing him for just the post, it's pretty egregious.
Well, I think the reason why is, because he posted a movie and a book that's horribly anti-Semitic. And when you have the commissioner of your own league is Jewish, you expect someone to take a stand, right?
Yeah, but people also post, like, the movies like 12 Years a Slave. I don't know.
12 Years a Slave was written for, that's not like a negative in any aspect for black people.
I don't watch any of those movies. Those movies are crap. I don't know. I just feel like people like post stuff that happened to George Floyd, which is like terrible to watch, and it also perpetuates like black bodies being harmed. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think he's a public figure,
is like,
and that book is egregious. It has Holocaust denying in it. It's very egregious. Put like this: if a white player, let's say Luka Doncic, was supposed Birth of a Nation, and I'm not talking about the one that came out recently. I'm talking about the one that came out back in 19. Like one of the
they did that good in the blackface.
Yeah, but you're adding extras. If Luka Doncic posted that, it could be awareness. It could be personal. It could be whatever.
He got suspended for not apologizing and not showing like
being
any kind of contrition. He didn't talk about it. You know what? I would give him more credit if he stood by. Let's say he is anti-Semitic and he stood by it. Like, okay,
he said he wasn't.
This is how I feel. But then answer the questions. That's the problem. He didn't answer any questions. Why'd you post it? And he's like, why are you trying to dehumanize it? Man, be a man about it. Don't hide behind a post. He hid behind his own post.
Breaking news. You got to find this clip of Kirk Cousins. And is this white Kuhn or black Kuhn?
Yeah, this post of Kirk Cousins is the equivalent of what Kyrie posted.
Yeah,
no, it's not the
equivalent. So what happened is Kyrie posted an image of the documentary without any context. I don't think he wrote anything with it. He just posted the image. He was very defensive about it when first questioned about it because he was like, I just posted an image of it. I posted a lot of things that day. Him not clarifying like why he posted the image. And like Aaron said, like we stood by and was like, hey, I ended up watching it. And there were some things that I definitely don't agree with. And he denounced Alex Jones, but it's like he was like, there's things that are definitely problematic, but there's also some questions it raises that I'm exploring or interested in. So like, I understand the value of this documentary as having definitely like, you know what I'm saying, just like many forms of media, having some inherent racism or just bigotry built into it. But also like, there were things that also made me think about other components of the world that like, not everything is perfect, right? But he didn't give any kind of context to it. And I haven't seen this documentary. So, but from what I've heard about some of the Holocaust denying at that point, it's like, okay, that's a real issue.
No, I had other stuff. Other books. It's off of a book. And the book has no quotation, no appendix, no footnotes, no nothing. Everything it says is just basically saying it, right? You know, when you do research, you have to list it, right? In the book.
Yeah.
None of that.
Well, even just the title of it was From Negroes to Hebrews. Or From Hebrews to Negroes? What was the name of it again?
I don't know, some bullshit like that. I'm trying
some shit no black man in the world ever discovered.
Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one!
I can tell you that for sure. Ain't no nigga dug up anything over in Africa, Egypt, Kyrgyzstan, China. Them niggas ain't left nowhere from the middle of Africa.
I like how Pedro don't really describe places. He described restaurants he been to. This nigga stand here. This cracker stand here.
Nigga, have you ever seen a nigga with a shovel that wasn't at a cemetery?
Come on, man.
Ain't trying to find out the age and no artifacts. They just taking off. They're just going off what white people saying.
There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa.
It's called Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. That was the title. If he had just said, that title caught me. And I was just like, Hebrews to Negroes, like.
Sound like he didn't read the shit himself.
No, it's in the beginning. That's exactly
instead of being a fucking man about it and saying, I didn't read it, my bad, I didn't post it, or let me read it. He could even say, let me really look. I didn't read it. The title caught me. Let me just read it more. He didn't do none of that shit. Then he got all defensive and yelling and didn't answer no fucking questions.
Well, he had this to say after the suspension came down.
I'm surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people.
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America? Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here and why when I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs, and I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my.
I'm still sitting in the seat standing.
And I'll repeat it for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything, and I came from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. It's one of the biggest mistakes.
You cut this off now.
Yeah, Jerry, why you play this whole thing,
man?
I'm tired of hearing it.
Nigga, if you want
riffing.
If you want to
dude, if you want Kyrie Irving on, book Kyrie Irving.
I was wondering my whole life why they said that.
Why don't you book Kyrie Irving and Dr. Umar Johnson so I can take my ass to bed on time?
For conduct, unbecoming a black man. Snow Bunny Shannon Sharp, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man.
Anyways, so Kyrie had that to say. What do you guys think about that?
Kyrie's next movie is going to be called Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew.
Exactly. I think it's great. I don't think he has to apologize. I think he can say like, hey, I didn't see it that way. I saw it as a history of black people, a part of black history that I didn't know. But he also doesn't have to say that. Like, people post pictures of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson got accused of rape. So if you post a picture of Mike Tyson, are you down with rape? Like, we can't hold people accountable for shit they post online all the time. You can say, I like this thing about it. I saw this documentary this week. I thought it was crazy. I'd never heard this side of whatever story. But at the same time, if he's at a press conference for his job is basketball, not defending some documentary he didn't make, produce, put online. He just said, hey, I saw this documentary this weekend. Post. That's it. Like, that's all he's done. And people want to make it about a bigger thing and try to hold him, quote unquote, accountable for something like he really didn't have a part in it. And at the same time, even if he believes all this stuff because he watched the documentary, he's more of a victim of false information than he is an aggressor in the situation. Like, oh, hey, like I was up way late watching some crazy documentary. Now I believe something that's not true. But I think all the sort of sensitivity training and all this stuff is good. That's just bullshit.
Man, he's trying to keep his money, man.
Yeah, he gave us some money last year.
He didn't give up a lot of money.
But the thing is, I respect whatever Kyrie believes. Like, he believes that shit, and he's willing to take whatever consequence comes with that. Like, that's the thing I respect about Kyrie. I think it's dumb. A lot of times it doesn't make sense in interviews, but I think if it makes sense to him and he's willing to stand on whatever that is the energy that you want everybody to have.
Right. When you're a sponsored athlete, though, you represent more, right? Jordan represented more. That's why he wouldn't even choose a side. I mean, it's bullshit. I thought it was bullshit he wouldn't choose a side and helping a political race that would have helped black people. He didn't. But when you're a sponsored athlete who get paid millions, you are a representative thing. He was representative of Nike. He was representative of other things. If those companies are like, hey, man, we need you to act a certain way and walk a certain way in your public life.
But the big thing about the right, which you hear about a lot, even politically, and the sort of woke culture they try to call it or whatever, is like you can only be right one way. One side thinks they have all the answers. They seem to have the loud majority.
This one ain't about right or wrong.
And that's what it is. But you're talking about being a sponsor.
Did you support this film? That's what it's asking.
And he doesn't have to answer because that's not part of his job.
He didn't answer.
It's not a part of his job. Like if you want to talk about basketball, why are they off to a slow start? Hey, why did you make that turnover?
He don't answer those fucking questions either.
Because they don't ask him.
They do ask him. He don't answer those fucking questions either.
They don't ask him. But
he come out with stupid shit like this.
But back to your point about being a sponsored athlete, they know who he was, and at the same time, he hasn't been like, "Oh man, it's fucked up that Nike doesn't want to release my shoe." He hasn't said those things, right? He basically last year he was like, "Oh, it's fucked up. I can't play because I'm not trying to get this jab." But those things are like relevant to him trying to perform his job. As far as being a sponsored athlete, there's only one way to be right. He's saying, "Hey man, I'm pro-choice. I'm LGBTQA." That's cool to say. It's not like he can't have a political opinion. He can only have their political opinion, and that's not expressed in his contract.
They don't have to express it. It doesn't say express your political beliefs. But if you do, you're going to express yourself, which he did. It wasn't like someone just brought this up, like, "Hey, Kyrie, I saw you coming out the movie theater." No, you posted the shit. Can you explain a little farther why would you post this?
See, he's apologized if anybody got hurt. There was a false incident thing.
Let's talk about that. It took him a week to apologize.
My big thing is he doesn't have to apologize.
And they don't have to have him on their team, and they can suspend him.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just because freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences.
Go down that line, man. Hey,
and he's taking the consequences. But this situation is so different than anything else because he's not necessarily fighting the consequences. He's not on TV saying this is fucked up. He's like, "All right, well, you're gonna suspend me? All right, I haven't heard anything from Kyrie." And you making it about him being defiant or like, "Oh, this is the consequences."
I'm not making it about being defiant. He's a fucking idiot. That's all I'm saying. I don't care about the fine. I do think that all that other shit, those 6 things they said he got to do, I think that's asinine and beyond. My biggest opinion is that he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot who a year ago, 1 minute he's smudging the fucking court, the next minute he's bringing out a prayer mat. You know what? He's that idiot that reads a fucking title of a book and then it's like, "Man, I read the title and I read the front flap. Now I know about it, and I'm."
That's how I learned everything.
Exactly. He's that idiot. So I'm just saying that's my personal opinion. I don't give a fuck that he ain't saying none of that shit. I wish he keeps not saying things. I'm fine with that. I'd rather just shut his mouth most of the time. And it's just like the interview when he said, "I'm a beacon of light." You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're not shining light onto anything, right? Nobody's following your ass. First, he tried to go to the bubble. And then when he announced that he was going, and they were like, "Well, are you playing?" And he said, "No, I'm not going to play." And then the NBA told him, "Well, we're trying to keep it down low. You can't go in the beginning if you're not playing." Then all of a sudden, he starts announcing the bubble. I don't even know why we're here. You're not there, motherfucker. That's why. Brandon, I'm just tired of hearing this shit. I walk away from shit, man. And that's some shit I walk away from. As an idiot like Kyrie Irving. He's just a rich version of that motherfucker that's poorer, standing on Telegraph and Bancroft yelling Yahshua.
I do not agree that he's an idiot. He's probably figuring it out, man. Like,
that motherfucker's dumb.
He's going through.
Aaron Grayson the third said Kyrie Irving's fucking dumb. Oh, he did it. He did 2 months at Duke. Man, that made him a genius. You know he's a genius. He did 2 months at Duke.
World-renowned university, Duke University.
That 2 months he went to class, man. Really, man, he learned more in that 2 months than some people who've been studying theology for their whole fucking life.
You know, I don't want him to apologize. I want him to stand by something, for goodness sake.
He don't know what to stand by. Half the time, because half the time he's this, the next time he's that. Next thing you know, he gonna show up in he gonna say fucking half English. He gonna be showing up talking about how he related to the Queen of England next. And Brandon gonna be asking us to forgive him.
This is the same guy. And so if you're, this is my logic with this. So if you're against vaccination, why the hell did you get knee surgery? Didn't they put you under the needle? You don't know what's in that same needle.
You don't know. They put him in yet.
Nigga, please get out of here with that bullshit. Go get Dr. Sabi to heal you or something.
He could have called Dr. Oz.
I'm so sick of these niggas. What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
You know, I'm going to be positive about every story from now on, man. I gotta balance the show out, man.
I mean, I can't, Brandon. He's a fucking idiot. That's all I can say.
I think the complexity and the nuance of the entire situation is everything that you guys are saying. I don't think Kyrie necessarily needed to apologize. I think he needed to just be firm and clear about where he's coming from or what his thought was behind it, and just be, because he didn't really answer that. And so, yeah, you're an athlete, but you're a human being first. But you're willfully in a system and a mechanism that has these different, things that you have to deal with, and this hyper focused media. Everyone's paying attention to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that comes with it. And like Aaron says, it comes with the money. You choose to enter into this mechanism or this system that you are profiting greatly from. Like, these are some of the costs of that. And just like anything, like any job that you have in our society, there's things that come that are costs. Like, we have a chance of getting sick more often working in schools because fucking kids are, germ factories. But also that means maybe our immune system gets boosted. This is some of the positives and negatives of going through a system that we are deciding to work in. Most people have to work within certain systems, regardless, no matter what. He's chosen through his talent to be able to do this. So I think at that point, if he wants to do the most work, when he does speak and people ask him on shit, be poignant and clear about what your point is and what you like. When anything you post is going to represent you some way, and it's going to represent more than just yourself because you have a big platform. So when people ask you about it, just be cool and clear about it. That's what you need to be able to do. And he wasn't able to articulate that in a way that didn't come off as standoffish or condescending. That's like has been one of his biggest issues. I don't think he needed to apologize, but because he couldn't articulate or just be like cool about explaining why he watched that video or why he posted it, there could have been several reasons. People would have been like, oh, well, do you know that it's this, that, and the other? And he'd be like, oh, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I noticed that when watching it. You know what I'm saying? It creates a discourse about it. But Jay Williams also had this to say, and I thought this was really important. And it's a component that, speaks to the bigger mechanisms that are going on and that Kyrie is willfully taking money from as part of it.
Before you play this, I will say that it's incomprehensible to think at 19 that you would be fully aware of all the things that you're made to do as an NBA player. It's incalculable
that's
to
like
think
12 years ago. He way older.
It's incalculable to think about all the pressures and things you got, quote unquote, are going to have to do based on being an NBA player at 30 years old, and all the things that's really going to mean, right? Like, dude, I had kids after 30, right? And I quote unquote know what having a kid means, but like, it's incalculable to think about like what your feelings are going to be about it, how you're actually going to go day to day about it. That's the same thing in the job, though.
But it's still something you got to do and be a grown up and be responsible for your own actions, right? And you have been responsible as being a father and a family man and the time and effort it takes. And just like him, he has to be responsible for the words he put out there, the things he say, the things he posts. I don't make that much money. I don't have anybody following me. So guess what? If I post that same video, it doesn't go anywhere. You do. He does. He has to be responsible for that shit. He's not the only one. I mean, there's been other people that got in trouble for shit they posted, man.
Yeah, and there's politicians that, post plenty of stuff. And if we look into some of who their corporate benefactors are, you could be like, why are you doing business? Jay Williams had this to say, which speaks to the bigger system that is going on, that is at play.
I watched the entire film. I watched the entire thing. There's a lot of things in the film I disagree with. The curiosity nature of it is interesting. But I will say this. Where is that same attention and energy for the platform that is promoting it and profiting off of it? I don't hear any of that talk around Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I don't hear anybody talking about that.
He went on to, further articulate that, like, you're talking about Kyrie's platform and him need to be responsible with this platform. And if it's such a big to do for Kyrie to be posting a picture of it on his platform, then why is the literal commerce platform that has so much reach, way more than Kyrie and probably influence, why are they selling it and promoting it on their website?
Advertising something, right? It's sold in bookstores. We're not closing bookstores to sell it. I mean, you go to like a black bookstore, it's there. The book is there. The documentary is there. It's not being torn down or anything like that. The difference is when someone promotes it who has a million people following versus Amazon. Yeah, there's a million people ordering shit every second on Amazon. But guess what? I'm sure that shit ain't popping in no one's feed.
Why are y'all ordering My Pillow?
Come on. I don't order My Pillow. But no, I think that's something that needs to be discussed because we can't have a double standard.
It's not a double standard. There's two different things.
So the point is this video then that bad? Because then is it too harsh of a punishment for Kyrie? If it's still okay for Amazon to keep it on there, because really it's just an item.
You can still watch Birth of a Nation. You can still rent it in some places.
Yeah. So the question is then, is Kyrie being overly punished?
That's the whole part of like artistic freedom. That's like two different things. We don't ban books, right? Or not now, but maybe.
So this is like on the level of like porn or something like that. Like you don't just freely post porn on your social media, even though we all like porn. Is that documentaries like
you can order back in the day? You could order from DVD Empire, and no one was trying to burn down and say, "Hey, bring down this platform." It's apples and oranges, dude.
Yeah, two different things. I remember I went to my friend Johnny's house across the street, and he said, "Man, you want some Kool-Aid?" He went in the refrigerator, got some Kool-Aid. I go to my house, try the same damn thing. My mom says, "Hey, at our house, you don't open my damn refrigerator."
I don't know which one of you no good, rotten, hard-headed niggas put your dirty hands on my walls.
That's what the fuck it is, okay? So the Nets are saying, don't post this shit no more. Amazon can do whatever the fuck they want to do at this house. This is what you're doing.
That's a good analogy. I think we'll just leave it at that. Well, shout out to Kyrie Irving. Come on our show. We'd love to hear you talk about stuff and things. Maybe you'll.
Not me. I wouldn't let him say shit.
In other news, the Houston Astros have won the World Series. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Gosh. Damn. Fuck. Anyways, the Houston Astros are your 2022 World Series champions. What do you guys think about that?
I'm just happy for Dusty Baker. That's all.
Yes. Praise that old Negro. Praise that old Negro.
This is much like the Draymond Green situation. Like they punched the league in the face, and they showed up the next week like actually like nothing fucking happened. Yeah, like, what's wrong with these dudes, man?
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, let's move on. Let's get ready to do our Week 9 football rundown.
Man, I didn't even watch Week 9. Wow. I'm gonna do it though. Let's do it.
We're gonna go just to the games. We're doing our NFL rundown. First game. Eagles beat Texans 29-17.
Entertaining.
Hurts, don't it?
Oh, that's a good one, Brandon. That's a good one, Brandon.
Hurts, don't it?
Second entertaining Thursday night game of the year.
The Eagles look for real, and I am worried. Dak, you better do your thing. You know what I mean?
At least one team won in Philly this week. You know, they also lost in the MLS championship to LAFC. On the same day, they became the first team to lose the first city to lose 2 championships on the same day.
The Patriots beat the Colts 26-3.
Did anybody watch this game?
This might be the most disappointing season I've seen out of a team. The Colts are clearly overwhelmed and undermatched.
Smart decision on not playing Matt Ryan anymore for the rest of the year. Then you don't have to pay him the bonus.
This is a game the Patriots had to have, by the way. If they did not win this was going to just be an indication of a losing season under Bill Belichick.
Patriots got a lot of white guys on their team, too. I mean, they're the Phillies of the NFL.
It's more surprising that the running game for the Colts is not carried over from last year. Last year, they could have run the ball on anybody. And you think, like, we just need a stable quarterback, and we'll be good this year, especially because we're in the AFC South with Jacksonville. Everybody else, we'll be okay. And, like, it's falling apart already, man. Yeah. Shout out to Frank Wright for throwing all his assistant coaches under the bus, though, by the way.
That's what he did.
It is time that he's fired multiple offensive coordinators, multiple defense coordinators. He fired, like, DB coach. Like, he'll fire a coach. Like, it'd be like, all right, man, we lost 3 games in a row. Somebody got to go. It's 1, 2, 3, not it. And he'll just, like, blame somebody else, fire him.
The Green Bay Packers fell to the Detroit Lions 15-9.
Get the ayahuasca ready. Get the ayahuasca ready in December. We don't no need of waiting.
I see Aaron Rodgers going on season-ending IR for a lingering headache.
Oh, no, I see Aaron Rodgers getting traded to the Rams for Matthew Stafford and 3 first-round picks.
I told Aaron I don't understand why San Francisco didn't offer all kind of picks.
Well, you see, this motherfucker throwing the ball into people's helmets and blaming the team. He threw it into a player helmet and blamed everybody out there.
No, it is their fault. He's an asshole. He was so arrogant he didn't want to practice with him.
Cannot win with him.
Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him.
Can't do it. So
he's on sideline eating grapes.
I don't understand why San Francisco didn't trade all 8 picks for the next 10 years. You get these next 2 Super Bowls.
Because Aaron Rodgers plays crappy in the playoffs, too. Do you know how many home games in the playoffs Green Bay lost up until Aaron Rodgers became quarterback? Right. How many?
Right.
Zero. They never lost a home playoff game in Lambeau history until Aaron Rodgers became the quarterback, and now he has lost like 4. And why would they get him? Every time the Niners saw Aaron Rodgers, he looked worse than Jimmy Garoppolo.
He couldn't beat Cap.
He couldn't beat none of them. He couldn't beat Cap. He couldn't beat Alex Smith, and he couldn't beat Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't trade for no one that couldn't beat those guys.
Can't beat them, join them.
All right, Chargers beat the Falcons 20-17 after Austin Eckler fumbled it on the 35-yard line, where a defensive lineman for the Falcons picked it up, ran it down the field, and before being tackled or touched by anybody, fumbled the ball back to the Chargers. The Chargers promptly, with 30 seconds left, got in field goal range and ended the game.
So the Chargers beat the Falcons, and the Falcons beat themselves. It sounds like the curious case of Atlanta. They beat themselves.
That's what you give Atlanta Falcons for building your football field on the great Martin Luther King's
burial ground.
No, I think it was his house, wasn't it? I don't know.
And I have no shit to talk about the Falcons or the Chargers when the Raiders are still playing football.
The Jets defeated the Buffalo Bills 2017, a surprise win.
Not that surprising to me. They have been competitive in every game. And I had to say, is this your champion? What was the quote from that shitty ass overrated movie Gladiator? Is this your champion now? Vegas and everybody else who crowned him already?
Shout out to Robert Saleh. That man can coach some D. He was also one of the not white guys that got the 49ers a compensatory pick.
He actually looks dark though, Brett. I mean, he's Muslim.
He's darker than the other not white guy.
Yeah, he's actually Middle Eastern. We know what his background is. We don't know the other one.
He actually is Hebrew.
I do listen to Tribe Called Quest.
No, man, Bills dropped one, man. They've been playing They play a lot of tight games, so
they always lose the tight games. That's Josh Allen's MO. He loses the tight. I mean, if it wasn't for the defense coming up big against Kansas City, he might have lost that one too. But realize, look at his wins. They're all blowouts. He doesn't win the tight games.
The Vikings defeated the Commanders 20-17.
Give shout out to Drip Cousins.
Kurt McGillicuddy Cousins out here flossing chains and ice with no shirt on in the plane. You like that? Oh
man, he probably getting freaky and probably take his underwear off tonight while having sex. But
he go get his wife pregnant again. He got more kids than Phillip Rivers.
I'm happy for Vikings fans. They don't have a lot to cheer about up there. But this is like their fall thing, man. Like this is what they care about.
We got the Mall and the Vikings.
Mall's tight though, but
we had the Mall
and the Vikings
and Prince. Now we ain't got Prince.
They used to have Prince and Kirby Puckett, but then Kirby Puckett went around doing all that crazy shit, getting arrested.
The Bengals did the gritty up and down that ass. They didn't need no Jamar Chase. They beat the Panthers 42-21.
Hey man, shout out to Baker Mayfield coming in there throwing 2 touchdowns today. Glad all that scout team D-line work he's been putting in. It's paying off.
God, he's still in the league.
You know what? He has zero expectations, so he's going to play loose, and he might, earn another chance because he might play good enough.
I'm going to tell you what else he played against. The third team defense.
It was 35-0 when he came in, but
The Raiders scored 20 points in the first half and then scored 0 points in the second half to fall to the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-20.
Retread coach. Go ahead and eat that contract, Davis.
Dead car, man.
You could take the trailer from Denzel Washington Deja Vu and plug it into the Raiders season. Didn't this already happen before?
The Jaguars, their defense, had the most missed tackles I've ever seen in my life, and they still won. Also, by the way, the Jaguars got 0 pass rush, except for the last couple plays of the game.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to that game plan of getting Devontae Adams the ball, running them the backfield. Very simple game plan. Just to get Derek Carr started. He's a child, so you need something to get him started.
holding out fun-sized bags of M&Ms like Halloween. Like, oh, hey, man, you want this?
Shout out to Devontae Adams for having 150 yards in the first half and 0 yards in the second.
Yeah, because he was actually running patterns, and Derek Carr couldn't give him the ball.
Derek Carr kept overthrowing him, throwing it behind him, and I expect him to catch some of those passes, but Devontae Adams has never been a super go up and get the ball or adjust type catcher. Like, he can do it, but like he's always been just great with his hands, precision routes, and getting the ball in stride. Like that's what makes him so hard to guard. But yeah, there's definitely a difference. The Dolphins equaling out against the Bears, 35-32.
Man, is this wrong for me to say run, nigga, run?
I take everything back I said about Justin Fields. He was out there by himself.
We need more Negro running back playing quarterback. He's playing pickup football today.
I don't know what I cry more often, 12 years a slave or him running like a slave. Come on.
Hey, man, you got to take it easy on them. They're in the 7th year of their rebuild, man. Like, they got it's just really starting.
The ghost of Brian Urlacher has not left yet. The Dolphins, though, Tua, man, putting a point with Cheetah, man. Boy, man.
Yeah, man, Tyreek Hill for MVP, man.
He needs to get some kind of award. Offensive Player of the Year, then, for what he doing.
Well, I'm looking at his stats. Wait, Justin Fields ran 15 carries, 178 yards.
Yeah, that's legit 4.2 speed. That's a legit 4.2.
Oh, he was jitterbugging all over the field. Jitterbugging.
Yeah.
I don't know where I cry more, Brandon Amistad or watching the Chicago Bears today.
Give us speed.
Man, he lucky he didn't play for the Patriots. He would have made him return kickoffs.
Brandon, I don't know which one I cried more, Antoine Fisher or watching. I can't even get that joke out because I laughed so much. I cried and laughed. I'm telling you, it's the first movie that made me sad and cry. It made me laugh uncontrollably.
Let's get to a game, guys. You guys ready for a game?
Uh-oh. Is this the game where the show ends early and we all just go to sleep?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm back for the game, baby.
Oh, yeah, let's go. All right. Well, we're getting ready to play a round of Krackhead, Kuhn, or Kolonizer.
Here we go.
Political edition.
Shit.
It is November 8th. It is midterm elections upon us. And so we want to honor the midterm elections and hope everyone got out there and voted, early voting or a day of. We hope everyone voted, and we support everyone's right to vote, even if you are part of people that are stupid and do stupid things that, you know what I'm saying, oppress other people. You still have your right to vote. I'm not going to infringe on your right to vote. Don't infringe on mine. Historically, I've never been able, my peoples have not been able to infringe on your right to vote. Yours have mine. So if you still one of them stupid people that do that stupid shit, cut it out and go vote. Aside from that,
Jared talks with Jared. If you have
come on
about any of these propositions, please stay away from polls. Let people who know about it vote about it.
I was one of the poll watchers in Arizona. I was armed with a slingshot and a Jehovah's Witness book. That scared people away.
My sister working the polls this whole weekend.
Let's get ready to do a round of Krackhead, Kuhn, or Kolonizer. Political edition. Number 1, Krackhead, Kuhn, or Kolonizer. Hunter Biden, AG3.
Can I go Krackhead? I mean, I don't even know if he really did drugs or that's just like, some deep red stuff to say it. I know he was. So he did have to go through some drug treatment, though, right? I'm going to stick with Krackhead, man.
Brandon.
I'm going to say Kolonizer. He's only doing what his dad allows him to do.
Okay.
I think that might be right, too, Brandon.
Adarius, Hunter Biden, Krackhead, Kuhn, or Kolonizer.
I'm going to go Kuhn on this one. I think he's bouncing back like a true nigga would. Niggas been on crack for years, and then they still come back and they do real jobs. Shout out to my uncles and my aunties. They come back and they really change their life around. So I feel optimistic about the future, man. He is very Kuhn-like in this moment.
Actually, I'd like to change my answer to Kuhn. I forgot about the time he dropped his computer off to get fixed with pictures of him doing drugs and having sex with girls on it, and then forgot to pick the shit up. So he is now.
He never picked the shit up either?
No, he did not pick the laptop up. Thank you, Brandon.
Forgot. They thought he had pawned it off. It was like, no, you brought it in for a fix. Oh, shit.
Shit, I thought I sold that so I get some more drugs.
Pedro, Hunter Biden, Krackhead, Kuhn, or Kolonizer.
Call a crackhead.
He sounded just like that dude.
Hunter Biden is a crackhead. He is literally a crackhead. He does crack a lot and records himself buying crack and doing crack.
I did not know that's what happened. That's fucking crazy.
Dude, you know what? He was just, Marion Barry was born in the wrong generation. He was born the wrong year.
No, Marion Barry had a good life. He had a good life. 2 terms. 2 terms.
2 terms. Even one after getting caught smoking crack.
Call a crackhead.
I wish Rob Ford was still alive. They could have a little smoke off. That would have been tight. Mayor of Toronto. The original Kuhn crackhead politician.
Yeah, that thing got caught, man. That was a crackhead.
Number 2. Let's move on to number 2. Crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer? Nancy Pelosi. Brandon, you're going first this round.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nancy Pelosi is a colonizer. I'm just waiting for the report that some black man broke into the house with said attacker. Just get somebody caught up, man. Your mayor, London Breed's gonna be the one to sign the book over to put him under the jail.
They have a no bail. I thought they were letting people out. Oh, I guess it's violent crime. So
no, they finally got rid of that. They had to stop that shit. That stupid ass Chelsea Bowden, whatever the fuck his ass was doing.
Darius, Nancy Pelosi, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
That's a hard one because she is personally a colonizer herself, but like after the whole incident with her husband, he got cracked in the head. So I'm gonna say they a crackhead family. That was the intent of the person who broke into their house, was to crack all their shit.
Damn.
So she's the lone colonizer in a house full of crackheads.
Damn.
Cam P-Funk.
She a cool. She's gonna probably put on a dashiki in the press conference.
Can I get a magic moment for that?
What do you call it? What did you gonna put on?
Dashiki, dude.
I said dashiki.
I thought Dark Trekkie.
I thought he was talking about something from Star Trek. I was like, it was like Dark Trekkie, Death Ray.
Death Trekkie.
This magic moment.
I said dashiki.
I say no dashiki, dude. Did not say that shit.
Nigga, we'll run the tape back. It's gonna be you saying Harambe, nigga. We know what you're saying.
She's gonna probably put on a dashiki in the press conference.
AG3, Nancy Pelosi, crackhead.
Kuhn. The last couple times I saw, sorry, I have to cut you off, Jerry. No need even saying all 3. Kuhn, dude. She last time she singing Theodosia with a bunch of black dudes.
She thought she was in Boys to Men too.
Exactly. She taking it B. Next thing you know, I'm surprised that she ain't put out a re-edited version of that Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men song with her sitting there holding earphones and a microphone too. One sweet day.
Your singing voice is amazing, Aaron. I just gotta say that was.
Aaron has the unique ability to sing every song in the same key and at the same rhythm.
Same tune. Yep. Every song.
Aaron's got like a one tune that's in his head. No matter what the song is.
Nah, in my head it sounds like a real song.
I realized in that moment I've never heard you sing. I was like, wow, how bad can someone sing? Like
it comes out bad. My mom can't sing in tune. She used to be fucking up in church. You should hear her.
Resounding.
She'll be in the audience singing, fucking up the church song.
Aaron, you could be the worst singer I've ever heard.
I might be.
That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good, bro. What?
You had me sounding like Esther Rowe.
So like the whole line of the Tailgate after getting beat, and then they asked me to sing Boyz II Men.
Nancy Pelosi is a coon.
That's what I thought. She is straight cool.
She is very close to also being a colonizer. Next one.
Tell me, I don't get no credit for Paul being cracked over the head.
That's too soon. A little too soon. That's elder abuse.
Okay, nigga. Oh. She's being cared for by a coon, apparently.
Next one. Donald Trump. Darius, you're first.
I'm gonna go crackhead. That's all I got. That nigga, he is a terrible person. He must do drugs, and I think he smoked his crack up his booty hole.
AG3, Donald Trump, crackhead, coon, or colonizer?
I'm gonna go Kuhn on this one. He's been cooning around at different states saying who they should vote for. It's just not making sense. So I'm gonna go Kuhn. He be playing a role, Kuhn, acting like he cares.
Brandon.
Donald Trump is a crackhead. Now, for all you guys who know crackheads, they're very likable people when you're around them. Like, this is exciting. But then you see all the crazy shit they do. It's like, really? He did that shit? I believe it. But he's the guy, like, I like being around him. He's wild. Don't let him know where your wallet is.
I think
don't invite him in your house.
I think the crackhead day also has 27 hours in it because they seem to get more shit done in one day than any normal human. I think once you take crack, you get an extra 3 hours to do all the shit they do. You got to start attending crackhead business. I'm gonna meet with them over here.
Crackheads don't have more hours in the days. It's just 2 of them, nigga.
They multiply with it.
It's themselves.
It's like the day and the night is like everything's getting done.
It's like Fight Club where he's like has his whole life 2 separate lives.
Like if I could never sleep, I'd accomplish so much. Pietro, Donald Trump, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
He's definitely a crackhead. He's probably the one that originally peddled fentanyl through the Russians.
Well, Donald Trump is a colonizer. He's a colonizer.
Real quick question before we start this. Do you write these answers down before we start talking?
I have the answers. I already got the answers.
That's a great question, Brandon. That's a great question.
The answers are already predetermined. I'm not making it up as I go along at all. At all.
Why are we wrong? I just want to know why we're wrong, nigga.
Oh, he's a colonizer. He has changed the vernacular and the perspective of at least our society. He's a divide and conquer colonizer. He just does it. He's so good at it. Unfortunately, he's really good at it for some reason.
I know.
Unlike Kyrie Irving, he read the books.
He wrote the books.
Let's move on to the next one. This one comes with a video clip. Joe Biden.
And they talk about inflation. You know, we're dealing with it for a whole second. Inflation is a worldwide problem right now because of a war in Iraq and the impact on oil and what Russia's doing. The war in Ukraine. And thinking of Iraq because that's where my son died.
Oh, God. Oh,
God. This is like the first regime. Like you can't put either one of them on the front of the mic. You can't put either one of them in front of a mic.
That's throwing a nigga off his meds.
Would you rather hear from him or Kamala Harris?
We just want to hear something from Kamala because Kamala ain't been around barely.
That's what I want to know.
Because she be saying wild shit too.
She be saying wild shit. Yeah, I'm a Brandon. She say some wild shit coming out her. She can't keep a staff member.
Kamala Harris is like the Erykah Badu of politicians. Like she made to say something like off the hook at the beginning of her speech. And you like, why did you go there?
Kamala Harris is like if Pedro's wife was vice president.
Exactly.
Running through staff, they all quitting and getting in arguments with her, yelling at Pedro throughout the White House.
I will say that that Trump gave Joe Biden the best nickname, Sleepy Joe. That's just more apropos.
I was wondering. I was like, is this Walking Dead I'm watching? I didn't know the zombies could talk.
Donald Trump would make way more money if he just went on the road as a comedian and not as a politician.
He should just do public speaking. He'll make way more money.
Hilarious.
All right, well, it's back to Pedro, actually. Pedro, Joe Biden, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
He's a colonizer. He wrote the book on it.
AG3, Joe Biden, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
A walker. Oh, man, that's not what it could be. I'm going to go with crackhead because there got to be a lot of meds to keep him standing up straight.
Call it crackhead.
Functional. I just hope those meds are available for my parents' turns his age.
Your mom is very lively. Probably can run this country.
She can seem more awake and more alive than Joe Biden.
Or at least have the wherewithal to tell people she needs a nap before going.
Exactly. I'll take this nap before I address anybody. See you guys in an hour.
Brandon, Joe Biden, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
I mean, he has to be smoking crack to think. Like, number one, to run president as many times as he run for fucking president. Number two, at 78, you know what I'm going to do with my twilight years? I'm going to take the most stressful job in the country. Like, what? What are you thinking?
Darius, Joe Biden, crackhead, Kuhn, or colonizer?
Well, I already know Jerry gonna switch the answers, and I'm probably not gonna win.
Yeah, Jerry, we need some notes on this show.
I'm gonna pull out a oldie but goodie. Joe Biden is a necromancer.
Exactly.
That nigga is dead. I believe he's been dead for years, and they keeping him running off the same drugs that Magic Johnson takes.
That might be the best answer I heard tonight.
Yes. All right. Joe Biden is a necromancer. Next one. Oh, this also comes with a video. Clarence Thomas.
Mr. Park, I've heard the word diversity quite a few times, and I don't have a clue what it means.
God damn, dude.
God damn.
Hey, Brandon. Nigga, Negro, or necromancer? Clarence Thomas.
He just switched up the game.
I'm gonna say Clarence Thompson is Negro because he's been that for a really long time. Shout out to that dude, man. I hope he gets to meet Jesus sometime.
That beautiful white woman got him Groupons to meet Jesus. Adarius. Clarence Thomas, nigga, Negro, or necromancer?
I was gonna go Kolonizer on this one. But he sounds like a good old Negro, man. I'm not even talking about like a good Negro, but like a good old Negro, like a nigga from like the 1800s would have been like, Negro, please, you know, like he's stuck in a time warp. I mean, look at the nigga hairline.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say. It was like he had two great pancakes covering his ears.
I have no idea what that means.
That's crazy, nigga. Well, you are literally the meaning of what you're talking about. If I was Ketanji Brown Jackson, I'd slap that nigga at work on Monday.
Shout out to Ketanji Brown Simpson. Wait, what's her name? Ketanji Brown.
God damn.
Self-a magic moment.
That's not a magic moment. That's just a Negro moment.
Well, I'm not black. I'm OG.
All right, I get.
Give it up for Marge Homer Abernathy.
This magic moment.
All right, Pietro, Clarence Thomas, nigga, Negro, or necromancer?
None of the above, man. This nigga is a Uncle Tom Smith. Oh, I miss you, master. I miss you like a baby misses his mama titties.
Like a pig missing slop.
But can you tell me who these niggas on that name?
Hello, Steven, my boy. Yeah. Hello, my ass. Who this nigga up on that name? Oh, Steven, you have nails for breakfast. What's the matter? Why you so ornery? You miss me, huh? Oh, yes, sir. I miss you like a hog miss slop, like a baby miss mammy titty. I miss you like I misses a rock in my shoe. Now, I ask you, who this nigga on that name?
All right, Uncle Tom. Okay, I'll write that down. AG3, Clarence Thomas, nigga, Negro, or necromancer?
Nigga. That's nigga. I mean, not nigga. I mean Negro. Negro. Old school Negro. Old school white worshiping Negro.
You heard of vitiligo? Shoot. Well, I got re-vitiligo. Every year my skin just seemed to get blacker and darker and blacker and then more darker. It's the opposite of what Michael Jackson got. Lucky bastard.
Ruckus, how could you possibly love white people so much?
It's easy. Have you ever looked at them? White man just a joy to be around. They smell like lemon juice and pledge furniture cleaner. And look at them. They gave us discipline, jobs, put structure in our lives, took us out the jungle. And what we do to show our appreciation? We march up and down the street. We vote. Carry on. Ingrate.
This nigga has sold his soul to white Jesus.
They're getting them some new niggas.
God.
Clarence Thomas is a necromancer. A necromancer. Yes, he is trying to summon the old white slave master laws of years gone. He's trying to make sure the spirit of those beautiful white oppressive men and bigots don't see the country change much from which way they had it. All right, let's get to Cutty Corner shoutouts. Cutty Corner shoutouts. Cutty Corner shoutouts is the same way in the show where we get a chance to rant, complain, or bitch about something that's pissing you off. Or you can highlight something positive in the world. Cutty Corner shoutouts. Cutty Corner shoutouts.
God, if you let it in, hell!
So cold and bleeding now, now, now.
I'm in for this, man.
Gonna let you down.
He had sex with my mama.
We're broken people now.
I just said I need a Becky.
Aaron, do you have a Cutty Corner shoutout?
Yeah, my Cutty Corner shoutout goes out to raincoats. It finally rained hard enough to use one out here in California in the Bay Area this past week. I forgot what it's like to have hair and put on a raincoat. Most raincoats are designed poor, especially I have this Columbia raincoat, a North Face one too, and the hoods are designed terribly. Right now I have hair, so I have a choice. Like if it's a light sprinkle, do I just go without the hood part on and my hair get wet, or do I go with the hood on? When I wear the hood and I take it off, my hair gets smashed to one side and it's like worse than bedhead. My hair looks horrible. Or I go without it and I end up looking like Michael Cage when he played with the Seattle Supersonics back in the early 90s. Right? I mean, just Jerry curl dripping all over the fucking place. And I don't know how he was allowed on the court with the Jerry curl. How you can't wear a necklace, but he can have a Jerry curl on the basketball court? That seemed like very dangerous. Yeah, raincoats and Jared, because I'm trying to get my dog outside one last time before the rain starts falling again tonight. But Jared likes to take a game and just keep adding names on that he knew he was done with 5. Yeah, there's Michael Cage. Well, that Jerry curl was dripping, boy. What'd you put in, Michael Cage or Michael Cage Jerry curl?
Just Michael Cage.
I told you, and that man had a juicy curl. That's what my hair was looking like after I didn't wear my hood one of the days.
See, Aaron, that's how you do a normal Google search. When you Google search somebody and they ain't butt naked.
Man, no, I looked up Lana Rhodes and she had on plenty of clothes.
So you're saying, Aaron, is that these outdoor companies don't make hoods on their rain jackets that are adequate for Negro hair?
Nope, it isn't. It's gonna smush it, or they want you to go without the hood and you look like Michael Cage and look like a fool walking into work.
Pedro, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out? Pedro's muted.
He arguing with his wife right now.
Oh, okay. Adarius, do you have a Cutty Corner shout out?
Yes, sir. It will be on brand as per usual, my people. This week's Cutty Corner shout out goes out to Jared Jart, DJ Art Sanders. As you may know, Jared likes when I question and talk to the listeners, because the fan base is who really matters here. So listen, listeners, as you have been listening as it transpires, I'm in a fantasy league with Jared Sanders. I did a bad move that you guys have heard about. I don't know if he kept that recording, but I did some bad moves. I had to give Jared some players in return. And because of that, I now have 6 injured players for several weeks. Jared made a big stink about me needing to compete this year, but hasn't helped a brother do anything to be of competing caliber. I suck. My team sucks. And if I don't get out of this hole by at least week 6, there's pretty much no chance for me even coming in the playoff contingency. So shout out to Jared. It feels like a loophole that he knew that I was going to suck this whole year anyway. And he kind of did whatever he could to make sure that I stayed shitty as hell. And that's what's happening. So fuck Jared. I do fuck with the commissioner. Fuck Jared Sanders. Fuck everything he is about. Shout out to the commissioner. He a decent dude, like I've always said. And my last Cutty Corner shout out was a little bit more somber. Shout out to my aunt, one of the illest ex-crackheads, great women that you'll ever meet. She passed away, but she was a beast of a comedian. She would roast your whole family. She left her whole family. She is by far, she's the Dos Equis of black crackheads. She is the most interesting woman that's ever lived. Isn't it Dos Equis, that dude?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, it's not the boy's mom. Was it the boy's mom?
Yes, it was the boy's mom.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
She passed away this weekend. She is a firecracker, and she will be missed for all of her antics.
Yeah.
So shout out. You know, they don't give these real ex-crackheads enough credit, man. They actually are the real comedians and the real happy and joy givers. After, you know, they steal a lot of your shit, but then they give it back in joy later on. So shout out.
Yeah, man. Much love, man. Love to your family. I know that's tough. She was a real one. She was. Y'all was hilarious the way y'all would be roasting and talking shit.
Yeah, that was probably one of my illest roast family members. Me and her would go at it for hours. So it's gonna be tough the next holiday season not being able to talk about her big ass reconstructed ankle. Can I give a quick story real quick? I know y'all gotta go, but I'm gonna give her a real quick story. She had a reconstructed ankle because one day she was trying to ride her bike to Ashley Flea Market in the rain with flip-flops, and the flip-flop got caught in the spoke. The flip-flop took her ankle into the spoke, and she flipped over the bike once her foot got caught in the spoke.
Jesus.
She broke her ankle in like 14 places, man. She broke her ankle all up and down. It was shattered everywhere. And basically her ankle looked like a big ass, one of them cheap ass rolls of hamburger meat that you get from one of them places.
It looked like one of them frozen tamales you buy in the freezer section.
Yeah.
It looked like the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck.
She must have been riding one of them old Huffies you get from Walmart, because that was fucking tanks. Like a new bike would do that.
She was riding Debo's bike, nigga. She was on some other shit, bro. So, still one of my favorite stories. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Condolences.
My Cutty Corner shout out goes out to people on scooters riding like they're not a scooter. Get the fuck out of the lane. Get in the bike lane. Stay to the shoulder. Hug the shoulder. And put on a helmet if you want to go 25 miles an hour on your scooter and act like you're a vehicle. You're not a vehicle. Get out of the way. I've had several people this week where I've almost hit them or I've had to like breeze by them because they're over here riding in the middle of the fucking lane like they're a goddamn regular vehicle. And what's worse now is people have their personal ones. So they riding around those things and acting like it's their vehicle. Yeah, it's your vehicle to get the fuck out of my way. My other Cutty Corner shout out goes out to niggas who ain't shit and acting like something's good just because it's new when it really ain't good. This week, Call of Duty's been out, Modern Warfare 2. Let's just say it ain't shit. Okay? It is a piss poor game. Yes, is the gameplay like at a certain standard where it's like, okay, it's not Call of Duty Ghost. It's not Call of Duty Robot Edition that had the two bigger maps. That was a bullshit ass game. I don't remember which one was where you had the bots and the cyborgs. That was bullshit. That was a whack ass game. Okay. It is not one of those games. It is better than those. Okay. But I put it on par with the wall jumping one. That one was all right. But you know what that one wasn't? Buggy as fuck. It wasn't glitchy as fuck. I spend more, like Aaron the other night said, hey man, Jared, you over here acting like you want to be on the phone. Jared be on the phone too goddamn much. I'm sitting here trying to spend a nice Saturday night being a lazy ass nigga playing video games instead of doing something social, right? I'm trying to play this motherfucking game. And it got me looking at my phone because it takes 20 minutes to get into a new game. You know what they had us do several times? My friends, these niggas that ain't shit that keep trying to defend this goddamn weak ass game that came out, be like, no, man, ain't that bad. Oh man, we ain't getting in. All right, everybody, close your app. Turn it off and open it back up, and then we all hop back in, and we'll be able to get into a game. These niggas at least found the hack for when the game doesn't put you in a game. The other night, you know what I'm saying? But that shit's ridiculous, by the way. These niggas is like so institutionalized that these niggas be like, you know what I'm saying? The man be like, I'm giving you government cheese. Man, we got our government cheese this week. We got our government cheese. Man, Ronald Reagan keep giving me government cheese. Even though you got bowel problems. You got bowel problems for the rest of your goddamn life.
Hook up with another woman to get a dick out, to ration a piece of it out, just like they ration out damn government cheese in the project. You know how they would have them big old blocks of government cheese, that long, thick, just stack of government cheese, that hard cheese. It was good, but when you eat it, it constipates you, run all up in you, lock your bowels up.
The problem is hey, if I pay $70 to go to a baseball game, I pay $70 to go to a basketball game, I don't have to get up in the middle of each inning or each quarter, go back outside and have them rescan my tickets and pat me back down to make sure I ain't bringing no weapons or anything I shouldn't have on me. Okay? That's what you got to do in this goddamn game. It's like, hey man, we's in the middle of the game. Game over. All right, let's go back outside and let them pat us back down and pay our admission fee again. No. paid to be in this bitch and have it work. Tell you another thing. I'm like, oh man, one of our friends got in the wrong party. This nigga get in the wrong party. So like, oh man, we'll hop out. We'll hop out the party. We get Aaron into a party. Aaron hops in the party. We load into a game. Guess who gets kicked? Me, the party leader. The person who jumped out the last game to get Aaron into our party to go into a new game gets kicked, and these niggas in the game, and I'm sitting there doing jack shit. You know what else happens? We were about to win a game. Whole game crash. Boom. Game over. We don't win the game. You want to know another thing that keep happening? Motherfuckers getting kicked randomly. You starting with like I'm head above water. I'm just trying to keep my nostrils and eyes above water. I'm running through sand and field in the goddamn Middle East because the game is glitching. I got rocks that are above my head that should be on my feet. Okay, the game is bugged out. The game is glitched out. You don't make people pay $70 for a game that is not ready, that has this many glitches and this many issues. You will just be able to play. That goddamn bullshit commercial. Get me started on that too, motherfuckers. Aaron over here loving that goddamn little baby and Pete Davidson BBC ass nigga over here talking about we play Call of Duty. Okay, nah, fuck that shit. Y'all don't play Call of Duty. And then they had the nerve to put 18 motherfuckers in a goddamn Humvee driving around like they can fit that many motherfuckers in a goddamn car. You know what you can't fit in your goddamn party? More than 5 people without that shit bugging out and not letting you in the game. Okay, so you gonna act like we can get, man, I'm gonna sing the stupid ass hoorah song, the goddamn bullshit ass song for the stupid ass commercial. But you know what you can't do? You can't play with this many people. You can't get as many people in a party and have them play without that shit bugging out and freezing. Waiting 20 minutes, got me looking at my goddamn phone to pass the goddamn time. I want to be paying attention to your bullshit ass game. I want to give this stupid ass game my attention. But y'all making me look on TikTok to pass the goddamn time that I'm sitting here waiting to get into a motherfucking game.
Call of
Duty, like your shit or get the fuck on and I want a refund. It's a bullshit weak ass game and I don't want to hear nobody come at me. Come at me and tell me why it's a good game and I'll tell you go eat a bag of dicks because you lying.
Jared, I would like this. Everything you said, but about your internet the last few weeks, man.
It is actually a great game. It's buggiest. It has some bugs. Most of the bugs until today never bothered us with gameplay. It was all the interface and the getting in the game till today. So it has bugs, but it's a great game. Bugs you can fix. Bad games you can't. Boring games you can't. It's a great game. Jared, you know what's funny? So someone hopped on and asked me and Jared, hey man, so how is it? Jared starts going trash. I said, Jared, if you're the only one that dislikes it, like we like it so much, we're willing to put up with the bugs. Jared's the only one that dislikes it so much and just yells like this, dude.
Oh, don't worry. No, people are starting to come around. They're getting tired of it.
No, I agree with Jared. I agree everything Jared said. You didn't catch the part where he said he actually likes the interface. Right? I mean, gameplay, right? You said
no, he likes the gameplay, but he doesn't.
Gameplay is great, but I gotta agree with Jared. You can't. Y'all gotta stop release. It's like the cars I talked about.
Oh, here we go, Pedro Cars.
$115,000, and you got software problems.
Mm-hmm. This is the world we live in, because you know why? You know why they don't care about that, Pedro? Because software problems can be fixed later when they pop up. Bugs can be fixed later.
That is bullshit.
This is the world. It's shitty. It's shitty, but it's the world we live in.
Generation X. That's Generation X or whatever.
It's shitty, but it's the world we live in. You know, when I first got the iPhone, remember I bought the iPhone the second day it was out. It was released that Friday. I got it that Saturday. It didn't do a lot of things. It didn't do a lot of things.
What it didn't? Didn't do, Aaron? It didn't break.
It worked. You're right. It worked. It worked.
Well. And it was brand new. Like, this is not a new thing, Aaron.
But
this
the dude told me, oh, it doesn't do that yet.
If this was a new game that changed the way like I've gamed or changed my perspective on first-person shooter, then I'd be like, you know what? I'll deal with some of the bugs. This is a franchise that's been going on for over a decade now. Okay, so you don't have time to be like, oh man, it's like the iPhone. No, the iPhone revolutionized phones and computers. This is not revolutionized. This is y'all rolling out the same bullshit product except worser. Get your shit fixed and do it right. I ain't got time for this bullshit. I'm trying to waste a Saturday night playing your motherfucking game, and y'all over here fucking me. You know what? I'm gonna say it like this: multiplayer on these bullshit ass games, like Modern Warfare 2, is like football when they didn't do the forward pass.
I heard this
it was
already.
it was a leather skin helmets, not doing the forward pass. You hand the ball off, and hopefully your will was stronger than others. No, they introduced the forward pass, and the game became way more dynamic and way more interesting. And you integrated Negroes, because now all of a sudden Negroes, they can jitterbug down the field. Good, we're gonna throw it to them Negroes. You know what I'm saying? All right. So
why you talk like they integrated Negroes like they invented the wheel?
No, it got better. Warzone, the mode Warzone, which Fortnite is a crazy ass game, which is first person, a third person shooter, which I don't like, and it's a little too gimmicky. But Warzone, which was a model built off of that, you know what I'm saying, changed the way you play these online games. It changed it. It's better. It's more unique. I'm back to people respawning behind me. It's almost pointless just running around and trying to kill. Yes, that can be fun for a while. It's a challenge. But it also gets repetitive and boring, and I'd rather go where I'm trying to win a match against a bunch of other people instead of just run around 6-on-6. And anytime I get an advantage from killing somebody, now they spawn behind me and somebody shoot me in my butthole. Bullshit, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna say, use this as the thumbnail. That's
hilarious.
Your rant was perfect. That was beautiful.
I can't hear
that was beautiful. You please use that on the thumbnail on Instagram.
just sent this to Jared right now arguing to send the picture of Rachel those on.
I am black. I am.
Oh, bitch, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. All right.